filming?
What?
Are you guys live right now?
Yeah, we're like, yeah, you gotta be quiet so the feedback doesn't with the mic. Yo! Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, wow. We're definitely having an issue here.
A connectivity issue?
Something's up on the understatement.
Is it a Maestro thing?
Yeah.
Maestro.
Well, we've been live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter.
Like
The last,
they're watching right now.
like they got the whole Ben thing.
So, do we start?
Yeah, we're just missing the 100 seated. I'm trying.
No pressure. Thousands of people.
Hang in there. Hang in there, folks.
Oh, shit. Anyway, so Joshua Tree was fucking wild.
I was just about to ask you, how was it?
It's tight as fuck.
I gotta go back.
It's fucking howling at the moon.
Literally?
So,
You had some competition with the coyotes out there?
hey, it wasn't no competition. I was hunting them. No, I was kidding.
What'd you think of that pool?
A fucking dumpster pool?
Sick, right?
Fucking crazy.
I thought that was the most genius
Wow.
thing ever. Like, if I had space to do that, I would totally do that.
How did that work?
It was like a
It was like a trash
compactor type of thing.
It was like somebody buys like a trash can, like a dumpster wholesale, and then refabricates it to like look
Yeah.
like a swimming pool.
It's like all waterproofed on the inside.
Yeah.
There's like these little like acrylic windows that they stuck in there too, so you could like see through.
Oh,
Like
that's fire.
it was really cool.
That sounds fire.
The only thing is that it was really bad with like catching bugs.
Yeah.
So you had to use like a net every time you came in to the. Yeah.
Duke, are you still having issues?
Yeah, but you guys can just start the show. We're live on Twitter, Facebook.
Okay, so we have been live, everyone. Episode 17 of Greatest Hits. Experiencing some technical difficulties, but we usually knock it out the park every time, so fuck it.
That's good. Let's
Cut
get
me some
going.
fucking slack.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I can't get a fucking A+ every time. You know what I'm saying?
Balling on a budget.
Balling on a budget here, you know what I'm feeling? Anyways, I am Free J Boozy, joined here with Daniel Iwan, episode 17 of Greatest Hits. Now, each week we'll be taking you to the Hundreds archive every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Every Tuesday we'll pull timeless classics out of the vault and tell you the stories behind each of them, as well as bring in some of the creatives that brought these pieces to life. While you watch, you'll also be able to ask questions about your favorite classics from the hundreds past, as well as hit the shopping cart tab to purchase these one-of-one pieces to add to your personal collection. Before we get into this week's haul, what you got, AY? What do we bring from the inventory?
Well,
So we like to recap every single time
Yeah.
old pieces from old episodes, because this is a retrospective. So we're going back into old episodes. Episode 17 of Greatest Hits. You're watching now. I am Free J Boozy. This is Daniel Wad. Hello.
Hello. We got the pumps from a couple weeks back.
Now tell us, Daniel, why did you want to choose these and recap?
Because I had fun actually waiting in line to grab a pair of these, and I really wish somebody else would go and grab themselves a pair. These are size 7, am I right? Yeah. So, you know, if you're not a size 7, if you're a shoe collector, this is the pair to have. Do not sleep on the Hundreds Reebok pump.
Yeah, do you remember what movie it was? It might have been Tarzan or some shit. It's like somebody comes from like the past or from like some shit and they try to pump it.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers! And then he like keeps squeezing the pump
Yeah,
and then like
that shit
shoots
blows
him
up
in
in
the
his
fucking
face.
eye. Yeah, that movie did not age well at all.
Oh.
It's like so great. Austin
Still
Powers.
love
what the
it,
fuck?
man.
That's
Big
just
Mike
like
Myers.
almost like over 20 years old now. Right?
Yeah, it's
I remember I was like, Dad, I want to see this movie. He's like, what is it called? I said, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. And he just goes, Justin, you want me to take you to a movie called The Spy Who Shagged Me? And then another good example of my father. I bring him the Blink-182, or bring home the Blink-182 Enema of the State CD. I like bought the edited version from Kmart. And I like hid it from my parents, and of course I like found it in my fucking sock drawer because like I wasn't even doing my own laundry, fucking stupid. And my dad's just like, Justin, what is this? Why do you have an album called Enema of the State? And I was like, it's a good fucking question, Dad, because that shit is wild. Anyways, Reebok pumps still for sale now. 100's greatest hits. You are here with PJ Boozy, your boy, Daniel Wad, your other boy. Shout out Mike Green and Andrew London, our producers in the house,
Yes.
the men behind the camera. The men behind the magic. So without further ado, let's get into this week's haul, episode 17. If you're just joining us, Greatest Hits, episode 17, here with you every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, taking you into the inventory that just dropped on the shopping cart tab. Blast from the hundreds. Pass. Yeah, what do you want to start with, brother?
Let's see.
What do you got, brother?
I like
Brother.
I like the drama too. We're bringing that one back.
Yo, Hulk Hogan definitely voting for Trump. Fuck that guy. Drama Tea. Okay, so this is a very, very classic piece from the Hundreds archive. We past episode we had a white one.
Yeah.
Digging through the archives more, we found the black joint, size medium.
Yes.
Kind of a play on the tragedy and what is it? Tragedy and happiness. What is it? Joy and tragedy.
Yeah.
But instead of joyfulness and tragedy, we're going with tragedy and tragedy, which is kind of current,
Negative.
kind of no, but you know, it definitely explains today
Yeah.
in the world.
It's definitely very relative with what's going on.
But you know, again, we had a white one. Now we have the black edition, 100 staple.
In case you missed out last time.
Yeah, this joint's from about 08, designed by what is it, M2.
Don't remember the guy's name.
Let me just refer to my trusty run of show that our wonderful producer Mike Green puts together for us every single episode. Max 242.
There you go. Anyway,
2007.
wrong.
Yeah. For sale now on 100's Greatest Hits, episode 17. I want to give him a whole detail shot of the vibe.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe. Somebody actually got this tatted.
Yeah, it's tatted on their arm, right?
Yeah, check out the blog. We should be able to post up that link.
Who are some famous people that have 100's tattoos, dude? We got Travis Scott. YG. Maxo Cream.
Cuddy?
Cuddy? I don't know. Does Cuddy have one?
He might. I can't say for sure.
Anyways, people be getting that shit tatted.
Yeah, big time.
Fucking wild. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Drama Tea. Up for sale now, 07 to 2013 tag. Very, very solid addition to your personal collection.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just joining us, you're watching Greatest Hits with myself, PJ Boozy, my co-host Daniel Awad, taking you into episode 17 of the Hundreds Retrospective. This is the live shopping network where you purchase these one-of-one pieces for your personal collection.
Want to move on to another
Sorry,
piece here?
a hiccup. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to Kirby, bro.
It's right on your side.
It's on my side. Should I get up and get it? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is, in my opinion, the Halo piece for today.
Rare.
Very, very rare, very, very old shirt.
Yes.
So this
You'd be lucky if you
is
could
a
find
great
one
100
today.
staple for a number of reasons. The first reason being this is one of the OG logos. This was before, you know, we had the slant logo, we had the rich logo, we had the bar logo. Even before we had Atom in the arsenal. This was before Atom Bomb, pre-Atom Bomb, pre-dated Atom Bomb. So what's also cool about this, this is based off of Jack Kirby comic book style illustration. So if you look at comic book history, a lot of the times when superheroes are either in their origin stories or using their powers or are classified as superheroes with otherworldly powers, magic, etc., usually a very, very staple graphic around the image. So for instance, if it's like the Flash speeding down the street, he'll probably have some Kirby style bubble imagery, which kind of helps tell the story and the narrative of that supernatural capability in comic books. I feel like that was such a good description.
That was really good.
Right?
Yeah.
Off the fucking top of the dome.
And what better way of, representing a brand and giving it that power
Exactly.
than to, use that.
There we go, A1 with the fucking assist. My guy.
Thank you.
Another really cool thing about this, this is some of the early Arsenal stuff of the hundreds.
Yeah.
It also has the bubble tag. And so a while ago we sold the Drips tee, right?
And that was maybe a couple episodes back.
Yeah, like 6 episodes maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this is very, very similar to the Drip tee, which sold really well for us. This one has the left breast hit, screen print hit, and then also on the back. Also the premium crop, we're gonna do a detail shot. Man, she looks dank. And then of course, bubble tag.
That color.
And then the other cool thing, this is fucking DS.
Dead stock, baby.
Dead stock, baby. So yeah, this is dates around 04, 05 hundreds era.
Yep.
With the bubble tag. One of the earlier pieces, of course, the hundreds was founded in 2003. So this is something within the first 1 or 2 years of the brand.
This is pre-Atom Bomb.
Pre-Atom. It's a rare piece in addition to the hundreds collection. Size XL.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep!
I will take it from you guys if you don't take it.
What you want next, bro? Yeah, this one is a fucking crazy story.
Let's hear it. Oh yeah, I was reading up on that actually.
Okay, that one's sold.
This sold?
And we need to let people know, because we're having technical difficulties on the hundreds TV. If they're watching elsewhere, they can go to thehundreds.com, click collections.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're having some technical difficulties being updated by my producer Andrew London. So usually we simulcast on multiple platforms, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc. If you're watching right now, this is episode 17 of Greatest Hits, a live shopping network. All of the pieces featured on today's show are currently available. But if you're not watching on our actual platform, tv.thehundreds.com, which we're having technical capabilities with that connectivity right now, you can go ahead and head over to thehundreds.com, click on The Hundreds TV, and then click on the collections page to find the Greatest Hits collection. That's where all of this product is updated daily.
Yeah, and you can access that at any time. It doesn't even need to be during the show. We have everything up that's still available. Whatever is not available will be marked sold out. It's one of one, so get it while it's on.
Get it while it's on. Made to order for the people, for the consumers, for the customers, for the fans, for the community of streetwear.
Because we love you.
Because we love you. Disney's got a lot of love in his heart. You know what I mean? Okay, so everybody knows Walt Disney was kind of a fucking kook, right?
Yeah.
For a number of reasons, right? Like, of course, one of the most culturally significant things to ever happen in America, in a way, right? Completely took the cartoon world and media world really by storm.
Yep.
Now it's basically like a monopolized media industry. Parks, streaming, content, movies, ESPN, everything. Disney is like, Disney is like on an Amazon level, right?
Yep.
So a bunch of history about Disney. So one thing that's really interesting about Disney, Walt Disney's impact on Los Angeles in particular is, for instance, the neighborhood Silver Lake, which is pretty much the Brooklyn to Los Angeles. If you live in the LA area, it's a very, very nice area. Super expensive, super nice, hip, quaint, gentrified, right? Very beautiful, gentrified. Also pretty gentrified. But it's all good. I mean, I guess. Anyway, so back in the 30s and 40s, Silver Lake was essentially developed around the idea of studios, and that's actually where Walt Disney's first studio was located.
Oh, really?
So a lot of the reason a lot of those warehouses and bigger structures exist in Silver Lake is because it was like the backbone of the animation world and specifically what Walt Disney was doing.
Yeah.
So Silver Lake kind of has very, very deep tie to like Walt Disney. So for instance, like on Griffith Park Boulevard, there's these apartments there that are like known as like the Walt Disney apartments that are like the Seven Dwarfs sort of like cottages.
Oh, wow.
And you can like live in them shits.
Right.
It's pretty crazy. So Walt Disney has like a very, very deep impact in the city of Los Angeles. But
Definitely.
if we fast forward to World War II, 1940s, America was all about very, 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 very patriotic propaganda, right? Kind of similar to today, if you kind of look at parallels, right? And so not only did Walt Disney allow the majority of his facilities to be used towards wartime efforts. God, this is my fucking shit right now, dude. God. Greatest Hits episode 17. I'm PJ Boozy. If you're just joining us, live shopping network with Daniel Awad, going through this week's episode of Inventory, talking about Walt Disney. So back to what I was saying, World War II, Walt Disney's converting his studio lots, his personal offices, all of his facilities to house soldiers, right?
Right.
Within that, if you think about just like a lot of propaganda and media that he was making, there's this whole like Daffy Duck Nazi episode about how Daffy Duck is tricked into becoming a fascist. Just kind of a whole play on that thing, right?
Yeah.
So also one really interesting thing that Walt Disney was providing, he was providing like illustrations and art to be painted on wartime equipment. So for instance, bombs, right?
Right.
So he was licensing all of these graphics to the military. So basically we were putting like birds and animals and all this shit like on bombs to go drop on human beings.
Almost like how they would do like pinup girls on planes.
Yes, exactly. Pinup girls on planes, the shark teeth on the front of the plane, you know, that sort of thing. So this is an exact sort of connection to that illustration style. And that was the story Bobby was telling us, is like they were digging kind of deep into the history of the illustration. Of course, the 100 is very, very influenced by Disney in a number of ways. And so this is kind of an interesting, darker take on Disney's influence in not only graphic design and illustration, but also kind of how they were contributing to the American war effort.
So this was another way of us sneaking that Disney vibe into hard graphics,
yes, exactly. So we'll go ahead and, so this is already sold, by the way, size large, going to a great new home.
Congrats. I believe that piece is from 2007.
Yes. So yeah, as we were saying, this piece has sold. This is a live shopping network. If you are just joining us on one of our multi-simulcast platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc., you can head over to thehundreds.com, go ahead and click on the Hundreds TV, and then click on the subcategory Greatest Hits Collection. We'll bring you to these one of one pieces to add to your personal collection that are part of the Hundreds retrospective. Yeah. What's good? I'm PJ Boozy, Daniel Awad here. Episode 17, Greatest Hits. Moving on. Sometimes I'll be feeling like a goddamn science teacher going over like lessons, like a history teacher.
You're the historian here, so.
Fun fact, I was really good in history class. I was like that dude in history class that just like fucking, you know, we didn't ever want to like, we good? Mm-hmm. That, you know, I always was like always asking the questions that like the kids didn't want to because everybody's low key trying to like get out of class. But then I was like, yo, does this professor actually know what he's talking about or what?
You ever like stump the professor and be like, we'll talk about that after class.
Never like anything that crazy. Okay, so this is another really good one. I really like this design aesthetically. Forest green is always a great t-shirt color.
Oh yeah.
Kind of playing and riffing on kind of, you know, the whole Mad Men like era. I mean, this is very, very Mad Men vibes, right? And kind of just a commentary on American corporate culture in general. Mm-hmm. How American corporate culture can appear to be very clean, very official to business presenting opportunity, but really there's a very dark-seated, devilish nature on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one.
That shows.
So we're calling this the man shirt, or are we calling this the devil t-shirt?
I had it down as the man.
Okay, so this is the man shirt, but as you can see on the back, got a little satanic vibe. I'll give you a detailed shot in a second. Again, just kind of a Mad Men social commentary on corporate culture in America.
Yep. There's a whole lot of that going on.
A whole lot of that going on, especially talking about taxes and shit. Right? It's like kind of crazy. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and give you a detail shot of this one. What's the main character of Mad Men? Don Draper.
Yeah.
Very Don Draper vibe. You know what I mean? Because Don Draper is a very, very attractive businessman, but is like low-key a piece of shit, like devil.
Tell the story on that show.
Yeah, that show is like so fucking like misogynistic. It's out of hand.
So good.
Nice hat. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your hat?
Shout out to Blondie Beach.
Shout out to Blondie Beach Records in
Yeah.
the motherfucking house.
Blondie Beach is co-hosting drive-through theater this coming weekend.
Yeah, so that's kind of huge, right?
Sold out, but congrats to everybody who got tickets for the event. We'll
Yeah,
be seeing
so
you this weekend.
This weekend in Los Angeles, in Chinatown, we are going to be doing the Blondie Beach family style drive-through theater. So what's really cool about that event is that it is a continuation of our food festival family style that is done in-house. And, this is kind of COVID edition. We couldn't have a 5,000 person food festival. So we went back to the drawing board, found out a concept that would work. And we were thinking, oh yeah, drive-through theater, like car hop style food delivered to your car.
Right.
Socially distancing built in, right? Back to the Future 1 and 2.
Yep.
All of the sort of stuff that is very core to not only the hundreds, but to COVID regulations and stuff we have to do now.
Yeah.
So if you were lucky enough to get a ticket, unfortunately we only had about so everybody was like really, really bummed, right?
Yeah.
Because the shit sold out so fast. Like, oh, like, fuck you guys, like that wasn't fair. But what I needed to I think what we needed to convey is we were, promoting family style on a channel of a festival that topped at 5,000, 6,000 people, right?
Yeah. It was
And we
pretty
only
good.
had 250-ish, 260 spots available, right? And so when you're thinking about the network and the cross promotion that we were doing and how many people that reached compared to how many actual tickets were available, of course they went really quickly.
Yeah.
But the good news is there will be more events to come in the future.
Best
so
believe, yeah. They're already
don't
working
be
on
discouraged if
that.
you couldn't get your tickets this weekend to the drive-through theater festival by Blondie Beach Records and Family Style Food Festival. And what are you eating this weekend, Dan?
Oh man, I'm so torn. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end up getting one of everything.
So I'm a vegetarian, right?
Yeah,
I don't
so
really eat meat,
what you
especially,
feel?
I'm gonna break the veg for this, man. I'm going with the fucking katsu sando crab sandwich, right?
That
And then I'm
sounds
gonna
good.
do the cherry Wagyu beef fried burger with American cheese in the middle, right? And of course, I'm gonna get some Blondie Beach Scoops ice
Would
cream.
that be considered a Juicy Lucy?
What the fuck is a Juicy Lucy?
You get a ground beef patty, but you stick cheese in the middle. And you grill it.
Cool. We're back.
Are we there?
Hold on, make sure we're back.
You ever take dancing classes?
No.
There's like a ballroom place down the street from where my parents live.
We back?
Back.
We're back.
All right.
So many technical difficulties.
It's all good.
Excuse
I think it's
the.
low-key, I think it's the internet.
It's the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. Our Wi-Fi is acting up here at the Hundreds headquarters. Shit happens, man. Technology can't really solve all your problems.
Put Spectrum on blast.
Yeah, for real.
We need that Wi-Fi.
All right, so this is for sale now. Greatest hits. If you're just joining us after the cutout, episode 17, greatest hits. Myself, PJ Boozy, and Daniel Owad, taking you into the Hundreds archive, the Hundreds retrospective of the brand, putting it up for sale in some ways for the first time ever. Like this tee, which was a Rosewood Collection exclusive.
Rosewood, baby.
So a Rosewood Collection exclusive means that it was never really sold online. It was only part of the Rosewood Collection.
Yeah.
That could
Literally
only
had to
available.
go
Yeah,
into the store.
you had to
and
go
buy it.
in store to buy this stuff.
Yep.
And so one thing that's really cool about Greatest Hits is we can kind of unveil some of these things, dig them out of the archive, and then sell them.
First time
for
online.
consumer, right? For the first time ever online. So, you know me. I love history.
You ready to get political on us?
I'm not too political, but especially like the age we are growing up through the war on terror, we always saw this really, really big focus on the dominance of oil,
Yes.
right? And oil independence.
That was the theme of the early 2000s.
That was the theme of the 2000s, right? Like, let's get our oil for the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we couldn't just build solar panels and windmills, but like fucking, what do I know?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so there's a lot of really, really interesting things about this. So if you look, Iran and Iraq have always been a political focus. Also, the hundreds has always had like a political narrative, right?
Right.
It's like not really beating around the bush that Bobby has certain opinions on things, and wants to share those opinions, and wants to connect the cultural dots between the streetwear community and our audience and kind of what's happening socially, economically, politically.
Right.
This is a good example of that. So if you think about the war on terror, we invaded Iraq, took a bunch of oil peninsulas and shit. Then Cheney has had his eyes set on the grand prize, Iran, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this is kind of like, okay, we're done with doing our shit in Iraq. We got what we wanted. Now we're going to switch the scoreboard to Iran. And it's cool because it's kind of illustrating an old like baseball style like ballpark thing.
Yeah,
with,
that's
the
how they
score.
do it. Well, it's also like a gas station.
Oh, it's also like a gas station.
Yeah.
No, it's actually a gas station. I'm wrong.
It's pretty similar with how they do
Anyways,
it.
it's just kind of like showing America's dominance and dominance of oil.
Yeah.
And it's also like a really cool war on terror narrative.
Yeah.
It's for sale for the first time now on Greatest Hits. So this is also a sample T-shirt. What's sometimes cool, also kind of annoying. Sample T-shirts, I really fuck with it. But sample tees usually don't have tags because tags are photoshopped in later, right?
That's right.
And so this is a sample tee from our collection. So this was the photo sample of the tee that we dropped actually like 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And for sale now for the first time ever on the 100's Greatest Hits. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a detail shot on this one. And then a little fun fact, this is Switch. Switch is a well-known photographer and just kind of like cultural purveyor, and honestly like a fucking media channel, like his Instagram story. He's an old employee. If you want to ever check out any photography, Switch with like 3 T's.
Yes.
Shout out Switch. We have fun. He actually pulled up to the Joshua Tree pop-up this weekend.
Nice.
Just to give a little recap about the Joshua Tree pop-up. This was a lot of fun, man. So we essentially had a socially distanced. So we've been really good at like kind of thinking about new ways to do events in the age of COVID. Now, of course, hopefully this doesn't fucking last for much longer, but you might as well always adapt. You know what I mean? And that's something with the hundreds as a streetwear brand. We're always forever changing and adapting. And I feel like the Puma pop-up and then also this drive-through theater are perfect examples of that in the sort of event space.
Yeah.
Also, these motherfuckers be trying to take our fucking vibe and doing it. You saw that Resi shit?
Yeah, man. What's going
Fuck
on?
Resi. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah. They ain't doing it right.
You know what I'm saying? Resi, how about you give me a bag for stealing our idea? How does that sound? Sounds awesome, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so if you're just joining us, 100's Greatest Hits. What do we got left?
We got one more over here.
And this is the thing, right? Cool. Yeah. Okay, so did you watch The Wire?
I saw some of it. Not
Bro.
I don't know. I know.
So like that's one of the things. It's like either there's like 2 kinds of people. People that have seen The Wire 3 times all the way, and people that haven't watched it before. Which one are you?
Guilty of not having watched it.
Come here. Come here. You, come here. Yes.
Surprise
Yes.
guest.
Surprise guest. Surprise guest! Yes! Okay, so.
Come here, Chad. You're good.
So here is Mr. Chad Greenberg, our visual communications director.
How's it going, guys?
Who is, it's a little bittersweet moment for me.
Yeah,
Chad is a good buddy of mine.
For all of us here.
And he's moving on to other things, other creative endeavors next week. But
Greener pastures.
he has bailed on coming on the show so many fucking
Couple times.
And he's just here on an off day, right?
Yeah.
Because he's usually not here on Tuesday, right? He was out of
Snagged
office
him in.
yesterday.
It's meant to be.
So now we fucking snagged him in on episode 17. So Chad,
17.
so this is Greatest Hits, right? And this is a brand retrospective where we go through the 100s past, right? And I guess an impromptu question I would like to ask you is,
Yeah.
over the last year and a half of you working here, what was your favorite project that you did? You can take a
That's
second.
a tough
We're only
question.
on live streaming. This is only on live TV, so no pressure. You can take it.
Say what's up to the people.
You know, Chad Greenberg here, everybody. Visual communications. director. Also, if somebody else, two questions. Favorite
Two
project.
questions.
Two questions. Favorite project, right? And what is some advice you would give to some people up and coming in graphic design?
Sweet. I'd probably say, my favorite project. We do so many projects here, so it's kind of hard.
Every
to pick
week we have a release.
pick a favorite one, but to be honest, one of my the one we literally just did.
What do we saw? What's up?
The
I was
No.
about to just get on the roll.
But it's still on simulcast on our show. What were you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I was just walking around.
I love that it kicks back in.
Oh yeah. Are we back up?
Well, hold on. It just went, yeah, we're back up.
Okay. So hey, we're here with our visual communications director, Chad. Sorry for the technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi keeps fucking cutting out, and our gigantic
Wi-Fi, man.
ass. We have like this 80,000 square foot fucking office, and the internet still be kicking out. I like don't get it sometimes. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, Chad Greenberg, visual communications director. Very excited to have him here today because he's moving on from the Hundreds Creative. And before he left, I was just wondering if you could pass on two questions for him. One was his favorite project at the Hundreds, and two, what is some advice you could give to up and coming graphic designers that are interested in becoming more a part of that space? So, first project, what's up?
So, probably to say one of my favorite projects was probably with Blondie Beach. Yeah, I got to work close with some friends. Justin being one of them. It's his label, and him and Bryce and Arrow. I mean, every single project we've done is really fun, but that project was sweet because it was like kind of hooking up it was like bringing on, it felt like a partnership of like
A lot of different things.
a lot of different things. It's kind of like family, but it was also like giving a nod to like these guys that are starting up their thing, doing really well.
Yeah, for sure.
And
then
then
also,
got to help out a lot.
yeah, St. Christopher did played a big role in that. If you
Got to make some videos.
plug St. Christopher, man, where can people find more of your videos?
If you guys like stuff that doesn't mean anything, then go on youtube.com, type in St. Christopher 2. Might be hard to find, but that's a part of it. You'll find it. Another project actually I really liked working on was just most recently was our Puma project
Yes.
because of all the challenges we were faced with that project.
Yeah. So I was saying earlier how we have the Hundreds is always a brand that like adapts and develops, right?
Yeah,
And that event was a good example of how we kind of like always adapt as a brand.
for sure. I mean,
Especially
normally
like
we'd
COVID
be
era.
having a big party with everybody, in LA for something like that, but we were able
fucking
to.
dropping like 60K on a goddamn fucking party for a night.
Right?
Shit.
But we got to really adapt and make an awesome pop-up event in Joshua Tree, and it turned out really well.
Yeah.
We got to shoot the lookbook, but I got to go to Wyoming and help shoot the lookbook with Beth,
So cool.
David. That was a really fun project. But
Okay, so
yeah, so some
now the
advice for
advice.
some designers and people that are trying to do graphic design. There's so many different ways to be involved with graphic design. I mean, I do visual communication, which is a lot of direction stuff and a lot of design that has to do with marketing, etc. More of like your classic graphic designer. I don't really do t-shirt design stuff for the company, but I definitely say stick to your opinion always. Like, always listen to other people's opinions and take constructive criticism, but always like keep a strong, be confident in your work. Like, it has value.
For sure.
Keep your opinion, I guess.
there we go, Chef.
What shirts are we showing today?
We actually just went through this.
Yeah.
Kind of just like,
Well, this is my favorite, the Hundreds logo of all time, Kirby. Kirby is my absolute favorite.
Why?
I've been wanting to bring back I wanted Bobby and Ben to bring back Kirby for tags, for hang tags for the past year.
Yeah, so this one has the original.
Yeah,
Kirby tag.
it's
So this is a '04 to like '06 tag. That was
Yeah.
kind of the era that we used that tag.
Yeah.
And yeah, also we were saying how the Kirby tee has a lot of like comic book inspiration because of the Jack Kirby bubble style is like what that shit comes
yeah, just got a good feel to it. I feel like for some reason, even though it's so simple, it encompasses a lot of the personality of the hundreds. One of my favorites. Keep an eye out soon. I'm gonna plug this. Ben probably won't kill me, but there might be some sort of graphics book coming soon. And this book is.
That is true.
I mean, this is a graphic that I really wanted to include in there.
Chad going ahead and just fucking dropping crazy future projects. Like, who knows?
So.
All right, everybody. Chad Greenberg, our visual communications
Coming
director.
next November.
Finally getting him on
2
fucking
years.
greatest hits. It only took me like goddamn 17 episodes.
Yeah, right.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
brother.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate
Chad.
this.
Appreciate you.
It's a wonderful moment.
Just to kind of finalize our shopping for this week, I'm gonna have one more special guest come on. Very good friend of mine. The Beeper tee. So first of all, Trap City Pager tee. Did we change it to Pager?
Yeah.
All right, so this is the Pager tee. What's really cool about this is like, it's kind of funny how Bobby explained this. He was like, well, like we thought Blackberries were gonna be like the it, so like, yo, let's play like a throwback fucking Beeper tee. But then a few episodes ago, we did the Blackberry tee, which actually sold for us, right?
Yeah.
So this is the Beeper tee, taking it an era back when it was hot shit to have a fucking beeper.
For
What
sure.
the fuck, bro? My dad had this Jeep Cherokee with a car phone in it. You know what I mean?
That's
And I
tight.
specifically remember it was like 95 or 6, and this motherfucker got a work call in the car. It was like literally the craziest fucking
Hold it.
shit
Hold it.
I've ever seen. Right? And so yeah, Beeper culture. What's cool about this is it has our OG Atom Bomb tag,
Yep.
which references 2007 to 09. So this is from that era,
Okay.
right?
I think, yeah, it's right in between. It's in between the freaking bubbles.
And so this joint is a 2X, and of course, dead stock with OG hundreds hang tag, and of course, our greatest hits tag. We'll go ahead and give you a detail shot and bring up our next guest.
Do we want to talk about these stickers too while we're at it?
Oh shit, we got the stickers. All right, for sure. Tight. So, final piece of the day. We found a shit ton of motherfucking sick stickers in the warehouse. I'm saying stickers from basically like the last 17 years of the brand, highlighting some of the best moments in a lot of ways too. So it's really, really cool about this sticker pack is this was hand selected by Bobby. So he was going through stickers, telling us a bunch of stories of his favorites, and also, so this is for sale now. What's really cool about this is everything is one to one. For real?
And freeze.